Hi Aquarius, welcome to your end of February 2022 General Tarot Update. It's Raina here. So I was just checking because seeing how long ago I did a reading for you, and it was like 6 days ago, so that's about right. And there's going to be a full moon, and I can already feel it. I mean, it's getting a little crazy out there, cray. And it's going to be at a late degree, 28 degrees of Leo. And so this is affecting your relationship sector. And so that could be curtains for people that are in these relationships that are very, problematic, but it can also be a release. It can be something coming to light. So we shall see. Oh, look at this, a reuniting card. Reunion, card of reunion. Okay. What the heck is that? Helicopter? I hope that's not a black helicopter. Okay. The heart of the matter is the Eight of Swords, and this is a card of feeling trapped. Maybe trapped within your own thoughts, trapped within some concepts, self-concepts that are preventing you from moving forward. During your solar return and periods like that, I think that what might be happening is because you have Saturn in your sign, it's like Saturn is bearing down on you and making you feel like you have to do that hard work on yourself because it's in your first house. And really, it doesn't have to be that hard at all. It simply can be about being willing to release certain outmoded ideas. And with fixed signs, including Aquarius, there's a certain innate stubbornness that can naturally resist change, even if it's for the best. So you are basically fighting your own conditioning when you know that you might need to do things differently. Coming off of a new moon earlier in the month, and even though that can be a time of feeling like you're moving forward, I still think that the beginning of the year we had retrograde activity, and it might have felt like you didn't have the ability to move forward. And I think that a lot of times that is coming from the inside rather than the outside. So not really related to astrological transits, but more about inner demons or old tapes that are problematic. And certainly with swords, we're talking about thoughts. And listening to somebody like Eckhart Tolle or Byron Katie can be very good, because both of these spiritual teachers really dissect thoughts in a way that I think Aquarians would find very appealing, where it's not just about trying to spiritually bypass. It's really about getting into the nitty-gritty of it and seeing the source of these thoughts and what's motivating it. And you'd be surprised. A lot of times it's very fear-based, coming from childhood issues, karmic issues, but certainly the more that we practice awareness, the less we have to dissect these things, because we know instantly why we're thinking the way we're thinking. In the past position, we have the Seven of Pentacles. This is the farmer's card. Planting those seeds for the harvest and waiting for the harvest. So whether this is, energy put into a business that you're waiting to see profit from, whether it is a relationship that you've put energy into and you're trying to see if it's worth continuing to put energy. And it might be a new relationship. It could be a marriage that has been around for 20 years. The pentacles can ultimately relate to energy, whether it's monetary energy or just the emotional energy. And with the Eight of Swords, you can feel trapped for some reason. And you can feel as if maybe you feel like it's like a bottomless pit. You put in the time and the effort and you're not getting back what you feel that you should be, but you stick around. And this is the spiritual message, the Sun card. And this is a card of all these wonderful things like love, healing, creativity, abundance, children. And it's like when somebody stays in a relationship that is a dead end, then they cut themselves off from these things because they are not with somebody that they can till that soil in a fruitful way. And so it's tempting to blame that other person and say, if it wasn't for that person, I would be, able to have these things that I want that the sun represents, including success. But it's really more about how how flexible you are, how attentive you are to what is happening in your relationships. And if you are allowing someone to treat you in a way that you don't deserve because you want to have that constancy that a fixed sign likes, that kind of predictability, and that change is really uncomfortable. Whatever the reason is, you have to change it from within yourself. I always say when you change your own life, everything changes around you. But so oftentimes we focus on the outer world and what it isn't doing properly, and we neglect to look at ourselves and what we need to do. And when you always bring it back to yourself, you're going to find that you are seeing it as it truly is, and in doing so, you're able to transcend that situation and break free of those chains that bind you. What crosses you is the Queen of Wands. This is, I'm reading as a challenge card. And this is a card of, if this is like a woman who is, this could be like a mother who is very like narcissistic, full of herself. Maybe she's always put you down, and you have taken those old tapes, and that could definitely be the Eight of Swords, those old tapes, and you have allowed those things that she said to almost come true because your self-esteem was lowered because of it. So if this is a narcissistic mother, or even like a stepmother, a mother-in-law, you may be with her son and she doesn't like that, and so you feel like the relationship isn't thriving. And if that is the case because of an older woman, like your partner's mother, who is kind of not wanting to share her son, I'm going to assume it would be a son, with you, then you are allowing yourself to be trapped. You're putting on those shackles. This can also be like a boss who is narcissistic, especially a female boss, and maybe she's envious of you or threatened by you, even if she's in a position of authority. And so it's like no matter what you do, you can't seem to get ahead. And with the Sun card, it's like success is yours, but you have to take it. You have to grab it. You can't expect it to drop in your lap because that might not be what is indicated, you know. What is coming in is the Two of Cups. This is a card of commitment, reuniting with someone. It can be a card of forgiveness for someone who may have not treated you properly, maybe talked down to you, because that might be a trap too that is keeping you from thriving. If maybe this is that Queen of Wands that you need to forgive. And it doesn't mean that you're saying, you know, you were right for doing what you did. I needed a kick in the pants, or I needed to be criticized. It's not like that at all. It's just that you are not allowing yourself to be held hostage by kind of these uncomfortable feelings. And that can make your abundance more likely and all these other good things. It's like freeing you. It frees you from everything. In terms of like a love situation, you might be feeling that you've been trying to cultivate a new relationship, but you still are hung up on somebody else. And you want to get back together with them, or maybe it's saying you should get back together with this person. Of course, that other person has some say in that. It's not a one-way street, but simply being able to acknowledge that you still are in love with someone may be a very healthy thing. Perhaps you've been kind of trying to get over that person, and in doing so, you are ignoring how you really feel. The outcome is the King of Pentacles. So if this is something to do with money, the money is waiting for you. The financial abundance is waiting for you. It's like, I feel like, this was the first card I picked and this is the last one, Aquarius. The financial abundance is waiting for you. You have to do your own inner work to get there. This could be an individual that you belong with. This person could be an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, and maybe that is the Seven of Pentacles, and that's a new person, but you've been trapped by something in the past that has kept you from being able to move forward. Well, if you can start to work on these things, you will be rewarded, I feel. Especially with Saturn in your sign, if you do the hard work, you get the reward. Okay, that's what I have for you, Aquarius. I hope that this resonated. If you would like a private reading, the link is below. Take care. Bye.